You know, life is so interesting. I'll give you a little personal story if you don't
For
mind.
sure.
Uh, I'm Armenian. That's my background. And my grandfather, who was amazing, my grandparents were in the prison during the Armenian genocide. They were supposed to be killed the next morning.
Mm-hmm.
And grandfather is thinking, what can I do to save my family? His he had 3 children,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them was my father, who was 3 years old at the
Oh.
time. And this is my grandmother telling me the story. And my grandfather was an amazing artist, beautiful painter. And he's saying, what can I do to save my family? So my grandma said that during the dead of that night, he always had parchment paper with him and charcoal. So she lit a candle, and from memory, he etched an image, a portrait of the General Pasha, who he'd seen earlier in the day, thinking God knows what, but he thought, well, I'll just give this to him. I'll do whatever I can. So he etched a portrait. In the morning, as they were being let off to be killed, he rolled it up and gave it to the guard, the soldier, and said, please give this to General Pasha with my regards. And the guard says, stupid man, what's he going to want to do with this? Forget it. So my
Yeah.
grandfather, that was it. It was over. Just minutes before they're about to be killed, General Pasha comes racing in on horseback, and he's waving the parchment paper. And he said, who did this? I want to know who did this. And my grandfather says, FND, that's sir in Turkish, I did it. And
Wow.
I like it very much. You and your family, you're free to go.
Wow.
This was amazing. I wouldn't be here today otherwise. And there are 2 reasons why I'm telling you the story. One reason is whenever people think there's no way we're going to be able to save privacy,
Right.
that failed, the odds are against it, I would say you never give up. You never give up. You never focus on what can happen. You focus on the possibility of what can happen. That's what my grandfather did, or I wouldn't be here today. But the other thing, the stories they told me, my grandmother told me when they were in the prison, if they were always looking over their shoulder and whispering to each other, because if they dared utter anything that was perceived to be pro-Armenian, you were killed right then and there.
Ooh.
So that taught me the vital importance of privacy, not only to, in this case, one's life, but our privacy forms the foundation of our freedom. And
Yeah.
freedom is essential. So that's why I tell you the story. That's what got me going in this privacy field.
Wow. I mean, that's a very touching story.
Thank you.
It's unbelievable, really.
If you like this, find the full episode of Fit for Privacy podcast on iTunes or Spotify.